Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if it's the first time you are joining. Thank you so much for visiting me today. My name is Hayley and I review fragrances. So in today's video, I am going to be doing somewhat of a buying guide. I have done a few of these on my channel and I want to do more of them. So I am going to be talking about my top 5 fragrances from a brand called Noème Paris. And I'm super excited to bring you this buying guide because I also have an international giveaway. And I've wanted to bring you more giveaways on my channel as a thank you for supporting me. And I think you are going to be super excited about this giveaway in particular. So I will talk about it a little bit throughout the video and then towards the end. And I will also be talking about the fragrance that I'm also going to be giving away in collaboration with Noème. But before we get started, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to my channel. Of course, that is if you do not already. I would love to have you as part of this amazing fragrance community. So before I actually talk about this fragrance, I'm going to quickly touch on the packaging, because I do feel like that's important when buying luxury products, at least for me anyway. And I think Noème's packaging is really unique. The lids actually have a quote from Albert Einstein, which says, "Fantasy is more important than knowledge." I think that's super cool. I read a lot of fantasy books, so I am into that. And the lid is designed or inspired by the Ouroboros, which represents infinity. So I was just really drawn to the packaging and the whole brand story. But let's talk about Soma. So this fragrance is called Soma and it is my personal favorite from the brand. Now, if you are a regular viewer of my channel, you will understand why I like this one when I describe it. But let me set the scene a little bit. This is a very rich and decadent gourmand fragrance. It's not an edible gourmand, it's a very adult gourmand, if that makes any sense at all. It's rich, it's sweet, it's a little bit boozy, and it just has this addictive quality to it. There is heliotrope, there is caramel, there's tonka bean, you even have rum in the base, there's some labdanum, you've got a little bit of vanilla sprinkled through it, and also some cacao. Now, the main notes that I pick up in here are the rum and the caramel. Really decadent, really boozy, and it's just such an enjoyable experience to wear. For me personally, I would wear this one most in the autumn and the winter, but I would wear it in the evenings in the spring and the summer too. That is just my personal preference because it's a little bit more of a heavy, powerful, sweet, dense fragrance. Now, this one projects really well. It's medium to large in terms of the projection, at least for me, and it lasts all day. I get at least 8 hours wear out of this one. So I think what I'm going to do is just reference a couple of fragrances that have a similar vibe. They don't smell exactly the same, but I want to give you the kind of vision of what might smell a little bit similar to this. So if you like fragrances like Soradora's Mandorle, Une Nuit Nomade's Sugar Leather, Parfum du Mali Ojan, and Angel Share by Kilian, it has a similar vibe. It doesn't smell the same as any of those. It's probably closest to Mandorle by Soradora. Now, out of all of those fragrances that I've mentioned, this one packs the biggest punch in terms of projection and longevity. And this one just stands out the most to me. I don't know what it is, what they have done in here, but it is a fantastic fragrance. I think so many of you will enjoy this one. I would highly recommend sampling it if you like the sound of the notes. But as I've already mentioned, this is a decadent, boozy gourmand fragrance. So my first top pick from Noème is Soma. Next up is Kalahari Extreme, which is the newest fragrance from Noème. And this is also the fragrance that we are going to be giving away in today's video. So if you want to find out how to win this fragrance, you need to wait until the end of the video. But this is the newest launch and one of you will get the chance to win this. And it is an international giveaway. So this is the extreme version. There is an original fragrance called Kalahari, also from Noème, of course. But the extreme version, wow, this one is absolutely incredible. It has this kind of calming quality about it, but it's not a soft fragrance. It opens with a juicy pear and a bright dash of orange. You then have a spicy quality throughout, which is coming from the anise and the cardamom. The thing I love the most about this is the myrrh and the incense, and I think that is what gives it a calming quality. There's a little bit of labdanum too, and there's also cedarwood, but in essence, this is a very aromatic, spicy, woody fragrance with that backbone of the incense. Now, it is totally unisex, but it's not necessarily a sweet fragrance, so you have to enjoy your aromatic, dry, spicy, woody style fragrances. But wow, this one, the same as Soma, it has great longevity and it creates a really great scent bubble. It's pretty strong. I would actually say this one is even stronger than Soma. And I just think this is such a fantastic new release. I can't wait for one of you to win this fragrance and really get to experience it. But if you're into your aromatic, woody fragrances that are a little bit spicy, then Kalahari Extreme is the one I would recommend that you sample. And this is also my second favorite from the brand. So next up we have Atitlan. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is very different from the previous two fragrances that I've spoken about. This is a very summery fragrance, but it has this unique quality about it. It has a big dose of mimosa and ylang ylang. It smells like a ray of sunshine to me. I know that's a really weird description. Oh, I've got 2 paper test strips here. I absolutely adore this one. So, yeah, lots of mimosa and lots of ylang ylang, but it's also quite woody and a little bit musky too. It has a sweetness, but it's not overly sweet, and it's summery without having that kind of fruity, sickly sweet vibe. A very classy fragrance. I actually think this would make a fantastic wedding scent. I do feel like this leans a little bit more feminine. Of course, anyone can wear this, but it does have that slightly more feminine leaning profile. The mimosa is absolutely gorgeous. If you've ever smelt Love Mimosa by Amouage, it's in a similar realm to that. However, this one is more woody and more musky. I actually get quite a lot of musk in this profile. There's a little bit of earthy patchouli that cuts through the florals. And then there's this almost translucent or transparent amber note. And I say translucent because it's almost sheer, it's not dense, and it doesn't pack too much of a punch. It just gives this a slightly resinous feel. But I'm mostly getting that mimosa and that ylang ylang. Almost has a waxy, earthy quality to it, but it's sweet and it's floral, but not sugary sweet. So yeah, I think this is such a fantastic fragrance. Very different from the other two that I've mentioned, and I have nothing similar to this in my collection. So I will definitely be picking up a bottle of this one at some point. That is why this is my third fragrance from the brand. My next recommendation is Khalil. Now this bottle is super reflective, so I'm trying to aim it away from my lights, but I feel like so many of you will love this one. It has a very likable scent profile. It's quite airy, it's sweet, it's a little bit woody. There's caramel, there's cardamom, there's woods, and it has that similar DNA to Baccarat Rouge or Instant Crush from Mancera. And I just want to reference those two fragrances to give you a bit of an idea of how this smells. Now, it's not exactly the same. I would say it's more close to Instant Crush by Mancera. However, this one is stronger, first and foremost. Plus, it's a little bit more complex. There's more going on in the scent profile, but the backbone smells a little bit similar. The caramel is pretty prominent in Khalil, and you also get a lot of the cardamom. This also has a healthy dose of patchouli. You've got some tonka bean, there's some musk, but then it has that ambroxan in the base. This one projects so well. It is a very strong fragrance. I remember the first time I tried it, I sprayed it on a paper test strip and I could smell it 2 rooms away. Very, very strong. And that is why I feel like so many of you will love this fragrance, because if you like that DNA, that kind of scent profile of the other fragrances that I mentioned, This one is actually going to last all day. Other people are going to smell it. It's got that kind of compliment getting scent profile. So this is definitely in my top 5 from the brand. It's been done so well. I love the unique twist to it as well. So the 4th fragrance that I want to recommend is Khalil. Next up is Abysse. And this is very different again from the other fragrances that I have mentioned in this video. This has an almost watery, aquatic feel, but it's floral, sweet floral. And I would say this again is another one that leans a little bit more feminine. Again, anyone can wear this, but it does have that light, feminine, pretty feel to it. You have cyclamen and hawthorn, but then it has a dose of musk. The thing that really draws me to this fragrance is the kind of watery, dewy quality. I don't know, it just smells like it's been raining. You get this fresh kind of floral smell in the air. It has ISO-E Super, which gives it an almost airy / slightly papery vibe to it. And then a little bit of nutmeg, which adds a slight hint of spice. But I would say this is more of a light, watery, floral fragrance. Yeah, this one is so, so pretty. From all of the fragrances in this list, this is the one that I would say is maybe the least unique, but at the same time, it's very likable. It would make a great signature scent. You could wear this all year round. And it's one of those easy reach fragrances, but I don't know quite how they've captured that watery essence because it really does smell very refreshing, light, airy. Just so, so beautiful. And the florals that they've used in here aren't your typical florals that you see. So for that reason, I think this is such a fantastic fragrance, and this will be my 5th recommendation from the brand. What I will say is Noème have so many incredible fragrances, and there are other fragrances that could have easily made this list. But what I have felt from the brand is the underlying DNA is typically woody, spicy, and aromatic. And that is why I featured these 5 fragrances, because some of the other fragrances smell a little bit similar to each other. Whereas these 5 are a good representation of what the brand has to offer. At least that's how I feel about it anyway. But they do offer discovery sets. I would love to know if you have tried this brand before, and if so, what are your favorite fragrances that you've tried? And if you have not tried this brand before, do any of them stand out to you? So I guess now that I've spoken about my top 5 fragrances from the brand, you probably want to know how to enter the giveaway. So if you want to win Kalahari Extreme, you need to follow the rules in the description box below. There are a few different rules that you need to follow. Please make sure you do all of these. So the giveaway is international. Any of you can enter, and the winner will receive a full-size bottle of Kalahari Extreme plus some samples from the brand. Now, please make sure you follow those rules. As I've mentioned, they are in the description box down below, but I want to also highlight how you will know that you have won this fragrance. So on the closing date, which will be in the description box below, come back to this video and I will have pinned the winner's comment. That is how you will know that you have won. I will pin your comment, so it will be at the top of the comments, and I will have written below that comment to tell you that you have won. Plus, I will put the name of the winner in the description box below this video. That is the only way you will know that you have won. Please be vigilant of scammers out there. Myself and the brand will not be asking you for any money to cover shipping, anything like that. So please just be aware that there are some scammers out there. I don't want any of you to become a victim of that. So I will pin the winner's comment on the closing date and time, and I will pop your name in the description box down below. But good luck to whoever wins this fragrance. I'm excited to be bringing you this giveaway in collaboration with Noème. Thank you so much to Noème for facilitating this giveaway and offering this to my amazing subscribers. So as I close out this video, I just wanted to highlight that my favorite fragrance from the brand is Soma. I absolutely adore Soma. I think it's so fantastic. Kalahari Extreme is amazing too, but Soma Soma is the one that I love the most. So I hope you enjoyed this video. As I mentioned, I will be doing more buying guides. I've done a few already on my channel, but I want to continue doing them. Please do let me know if you enjoy this content. But thank you so much for joining me today. It's been a pleasure as always. I hope to see you in a future video to come. Thank you so much and goodbye.